And Durk made the call from the feds. He connected with the mayor. He said, shut that shit down. We're not having it, man.
Oh, dang. I didn't even know that.
Man, it was just yesterday that I was talking to my guy Remo about how much of a good time we had at the YoungBoy show in LA, man. When I was in LA,
Your boy Ross went to that mug.
we hit the YoungBoy show. It went absolutely crazy. It was the best concert of my life. I'm not even going to cap. It was actually one of the best nights of my entire life. I had such a good time at the YoungBoy show. And I was thinking, you know what? I might have to run it back. I was saying, bruh, there ain't going to be a bigger show. There ain't going to be a wilder show than that YoungBoy show in Chicago. I was looking at flights. I was looking at hotel. I was looking at bulletproof trucks. And it's all out the window because it is...
Hey, look at the bulletproof trucks. That means... Hey, try boy Ross, you better stay, boy. You better stay home, boy. You know,
official. The United Center in Chicago have confirmed that they have officially cancelled NBA YoungBoy's show that was set to be going on in Wednesday. The United Center has made the decision to cancel the NBA YoungBoy show scheduled for Wednesday in Chicago. Refunds will be issued immediately. Okay. The United Center released an official article.
That's crazy though. Like, bro, like they really canceled that main show the day before it happened.
Well, they've made the decision to cancel the show. Okay, they've made the decision to cancel the show. They're saying, why the F did you do that? They're smoking King Von in the comments, man.
Oh my God, look, bro. They say they smoking fun. They say they smoking fun, bro. Come on, son. You tripping. You're tripping, boy.
And we don't condone this, but people are livid. They cancelled the show for the safety of Chicago residents, not YoungBoy. All right, they knew that was finna happen, but it is very sad. I was going to pull up. I'm glad I didn't book a flight, to be honest with you. I'm glad I didn't book a BP because I would have been out of pocket like crazy, man. People are saying FYB. They're very, very upset. The fans are upset. They're saying it was too much of a security risk. I'm almost positive an altercation was going to happen.
Bro, like, he ain't having regular security, bro. Trust me. He ain't walking around with regular security, nigga. He walking around with National Guards, the Army. You seen that man security? You think this man walking around with regular security?
Said, F it. All right. There was a big Reddit post on the cancellation. Chiracology is going wild. They're saying, y'all, Chiracology, you Chirac demons are the ones who got YB's concert show cancelled, man. They're saying, why would they cancel it just 2 days out? They let the dude book the event, sell it out just to cancel it 2 days before. Like, what? They're saying the dude plays chess with your city, and they was like, nah, give me that money. I ain't going to that show. All right. It's so sad. Okay. And apparently the culprit is a man by the name of Joe Myra from the United Center. Okay. YoungBoy's manager, Alex, has basically posted up, said, shout out to Joe Myra at the United Center. He didn't want us to have fun. Scary ass. All right.
Oh.
They're saying they don't want all.
He said he's scary. That made joke, but you gotta think about it though. Like, the mayor, you gotta think about it, bro. The mayor, he trying to keep the city safe, bro. He don't care about none of that, bro. He trying to keep the surroundings safe. He can't have no nigga bang it out. Son, nigga, if a nigga go to that tour, bro, that stadium finna get blown up. If he go to that tour, I mean, nobody go touch him. But like, they civilians, they worry about the civilians. They know ain't nobody go touch him. Like, it's like a buku gangs in one area. That's like telling nigga we finna link up and die. Nigga, let's link up and die. Nigga, you finna have 4 different gangs in one arena. That's like having a war zone. Like, that's some Call of Duty. Like, you know how Call of Duty had them warehouses and they be banging it out in there? That's like that, bro. Real life. But hey, bro, y'all stay safe out there.
All those dumbass Chicagoans out there. But Alex is basically saying United Center bitched out. All right. They bitched out of the whole thing. All right. They some bitches. They some hoes. They're saying they must have got a call from a higher up because ain't no way they cancel it 2 days before. They're saying this probably saved lives. All right. YB missed out on money. I know he mad as hell. All right. It was going to be 2 opt-out. Everybody would have seen dudes they were into it with. Wooski, Young Money, 051, and Bloodhound must be distraught. I'm distraught. I was going to go. All right, knowing YB, he was definitely going to say
was.
something slick about Durk or Von at the show, and it would have caused the crowd to go crazy, and there would have been riots. 100%. At the end of the day, the United Center doesn't need the risk of fights breaking out and people getting hurt. It would ruin their reputation, especially when they already have plenty of other shows. I disagree. This has ruined their reputation. We're boycotting the United Center. No more shows. Nothing else moves at the United Center without YB and the Slimes having a taste of it, man. Chicago police are apparently responsible.
Said the Slimes having a taste of it. Go, they made Chop Lloyd Ross toe up.
If they didn't let Chief Keef perform for 10 plus years in his own city because he said they was instigating violence, ain't no way the police and the mayor would have let YB perform, man. People are saying he knew he wouldn't make that stop. People are saying they knew it was going to happen, man. They were saying they knew it was going to happen. All right. Apparently it was safety reasons. No way there wouldn't have been shots. All right. That's what they're saying. So the Grim Threeper OG33. All right. The Grim Threeper with all the bodies. All right. He responded, he said, damn, Chicago, Illinois, we wanted to see y'all so much. #3. At United Center, y'all are dead wrong for trying to blackball the 5 blood emoji. That 5 and blood emoji probably ain't doing you too many favors, to be honest with you. Apparently, Chicago PD is serious about stuff like this, and most likely they made the call. They did the same thing with Chief Keef years ago multiple times, and that's why Chief Keef moved to LA. Now, some people are saying, who made the call? Is it the police?
The mayor.
Or was it Smirkio? They're saying Durk made the call from the feds. He connected with the mayor. He said, shut that shit down. We're not having it, man.
Oh, dang. I didn't even know that. Dang. They're connected to the mayor? Oh, yeah, he definitely got that show cut off. Had to been.
Neighborhood heroes. We're not having it, man. People say, nah, it's because Durk prepared a crash out from Tay-Town to be deployed and do some shit on that arena. All right. People say, I'm going to say it. He let his ego compromise his intelligence. He thought he could actually be talking and doing the stuff that OGs were doing back in their day. Comparisons.
Chop Boy Ross really leaking and admit that how he be finding stuff for content, bro.
Day and night. I wish he would have just humbled himself. It wasn't that serious to throw it all away and he got sloppy. They're talking about Durk, man. YB knew Smirk was going to send a blitz on stage. His hoe-ass dudes cried to not perform. Okay. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying, man. Some people on Reddit are saying cancelling was actually a smart move. It might have gone down. It might have all gone left. This was definitely a smart move for the city. They're not just thinking about the safety of YB, but you got to think everybody and their mama was going to be at that concert. Probably would have been a lot of fights inside and shooting outside.
Outfit, they definitely would have been in that mug fighting, bro. Definitely.
With folks catching their ops, they probably saved lives by cancelling this. Honestly, it wasn't worth the risk. The violence is already crazy now, and you got this dude coming in town dissing 2 of the biggest artists out of Chicago and bringing the person who killed Von with him. It was bound to be a disaster for everybody. People saying, I was just thinking this, the energy was going to be crazy. Something random would have happened to everybody else. It's 100% guaranteed something was going to happen that would have made the news and put the city in a bad light. They know what they was doing and possibly just save someone's life or someone from being hurt. They didn't want a mellow buck situation again. They should have never added the date to begin with. If that was the case, they had months to prepare for this, dude. Come on. Ain't enough security in the world to prepare for the BS that was probably going to happen at that show. The concert probably would have got cancelled while it was all happening. All right. So the YB sub are also saying that it was for the best. It was for the best. We got to protect YB at all costs. They're saying, I know this was going to get hate. This was for the better, but cancelling the show was the right move. Someone would have lost their life. Not saying in the show, but outside for sure. Now, they obviously should have done it weeks ago, not effing 2 days before, because that's lame and effing dumb. All right. That's what they're saying. But some people called it half a year ago, quite a long time ago. People called it. They said, yo, this ain't happening. This guy said, I told y'all the show was never happening. The show is not happening, bro. It's all about promotion. And even if he comes to Chicago, CPD will stop it for safety reasons. Just watch. All right. So they're saying, look, give us the lottery numbers, man, if you know everything. But people are saying, O Block are happy as hell because they don't have to crash out and throw their lives away now, okay? YB show got cancelled. Do you think O Block are happy? This is, I know O Block happy as hell because they know they wasn't going to do nothing. Right?
Facts.
Saying these fans are weird as hell. They keep speaking like they want something to happen, but if it does, you're gonna be quiet, okay? Apparently, Durk's cousin was even gonna go to the show, and he was disappointed not to be making it out there, man. Durk's blood cousin, Chug, was apparently upset about the show. He just got done looking for his outfit, man. Maybe it was a suit. Maybe it was a suit, man. Could have been going the other way.
Damn.
Hang on.
Damn. I just got done looking for an outfit.
Man, you know that wasn't a green outfit. They're saying, I wonder whose hands-me-downs he was going to wear, Durk's or Von's, all right? A lot of them are happy to troll, but they
Who clothes he was gonna be wearing?
key happy because they knew it was going to put dirt on their image if nothing happened when YoungBoy performed. They're saying they're cooked, all right? Dudes get on the internet saying they were going to shoot something up, then it gets cancelled, and they celebrate. OTF are really some clowns, man. That's what they're saying, bro. That's actually what they're saying. So Durk's members from Tay-Town were actually mocking YoungBoy for cancelling the show. This is TTE threats to everybody. Breeze them at NBA YoungBoy. Why you cancel that show? Hashtag free the voice, man. United Center cancelled it. It wasn't them. So there's been a little back and forth. Our girl Asian Doll, or wait, was this Asian Doll? No, it's Blasian Doll. Sorry, my bad. Blasian Doll, right?
Asian Doll ain't say nothing.
Got a little something in her. They're saying, okay.
I know Asian Doll ain't say nothing. But Agent Dog get on no line, but they finna straight Joseph, huh?
Hey, people saying, you mad that you can't go backstage and SD? Free smirk. Durk ain't pull them strings, boo. He couldn't even get an earlier trial date. They're saying she probably mad she can't go to the show and do her thangy thang. I can't believe girls see that as a come up. All right? It's actually crazy. Okay, and people are saying, okay, no Chicago show. We can't dance in King Von City and Durk City. People are saying fans are now going to be traveling to Atlanta for the new location. All right, F it, catch us in Atlanta where Von died at. Be traveling to Atlanta for the new location. All right, F it, catch us in Atlanta where Von died at.
Damn, where he died at? That's what we need, bro. Like, you ain't had to say that.
That's what they're saying, man. All the females want to be in the beef. Now, you know what's even more crazy? All right, they're saying this is my fault. All right, I did a video a little while ago saying YoungBoy might not survive Chicago. And look, I am not responsible for this, but, all right, I clearly knew what was going on 1 day ago, right? I clearly knew that this might be a little situation. Everybody knew that this show was going to be a mess. It was going to be dangerous, all right? It was going to be problems, all right? This ain't my fault, all right? You can't blame me. I don't know what all these other random things are, but you can't blame me, all right? All this fake info about sending green lights and all this stuff, it's annoying. Kids and adults don't have any idea if it's real or fake or if this stuff blows up. They're saying I'm going to get out my body with the news. I'm very disappointed, man. I'm very disappointed at the news. I know they're hating on me in the comments, but hey, you wish you was me, gang. You wish you was a real demon on these YouTube streets like me. But anyway, it's actually crazy. It's actually very sad. Chiracology are positively rejoicing, okay? Chiracology are loving this. They're seeing this as proof that YB was scared, all right? They're saying he was scared. They're saying it wasn't going to happen. Some of the ops, 051 Kymion is trying to play like he's not mad the show is cancelled, knowing deep down he wanted to see YB and be a groupie. Saying, LOL, watch this. F the rat.
Yo, Trap Boy Ross is a troll. Trap Lord Ross.
We finna go on tour with them. Now, I was hearing rumors, all right? They're saying he's on the phone with OG3. We're going to piss them all off. I was hearing rumors that basically, so this is Ike Munna talking about it, saying, y'all finna cry. It was too many grown man D-riding Willie smugglers, basically. Okay, that's what people were saying. So essentially, they're still gonna be. Look, I heard rumors that YoungBoy was gonna bring out big ops, big GDs, big.
Yeah, I seen.
I'm saying big GDs, the big those guys. All right, they was gonna pull up apparently, and YoungBoy was basically gonna have all of Durk's enemies on the stage. All right, people are saying OTF are playing tremendous defense. Okay, they're saying they're really happy that YoungBoy ain't pulling up. All right, they really aren't buying it that this is the United Center that
they definitely happy
was responsible, man. People were clowning Chicago, saying this dude really must terrify your city. All right, that's what they're saying. They're saying YB is actually striking fear into the hearts of Chicago. He's definitely striking fear into the hearts of the United Center. But I'm honestly just disappointed to see this because I think it would have been good to see YoungBoy in Chicago. It would have been a wild show. I feel like he's doing really positive things as far as doing his tour, getting away from all the nonsense that took him off the streets for so long. But he would have definitely rubbed salt in the wounds for all the King Von fans. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, man.
Nah, I don't think YB's scared. I think Chicago's scared.
And I wonder whether the rest of his tour was going to be in jeopardy because of this, because other venues maybe will follow suit and they'll realize, hey, these YoungBoy shows, they're a little bit more wild than your average show. But look, I'll keep you guys updated if anything happens. I am disappointed. I nearly booked a flight. I nearly got out there and went to it. But hey, it's what it is.
I nearly booked the flight. Man, Trap Lord Ross better stay his ass at home, bud.
Louisiana rapper NBA YoungBoy's Make America Slime Again tour will not be making a stop in Chicago. The United Center has canceled the concert.
All right, so the NBA YoungBoy show that was scheduled to happen at the United Center in Chicago has officially been canceled. All right, if you don't know, YoungBoy has been out on his Make America Slime Again tour. This is YoungBoy's first full arena headlining tour in several years, coming after a long stretch of legal setbacks and court issues that he's had that has prevented him from doing a tour like this, despite him being one of the most popular artists in the world. All right, so he's been out on this Make America Slime Again tour, and on September 24th he was scheduled to appear in Chicago, which obviously a lot of people were going to be the exact about this policy. Reach out to this email, right? So it was clear that it's all just entertainment, right? I've been seeing this stuff go around online, people saying this, and I gotta say that I wholeheartedly disagree, right? This ain't just your average rap beef. There's real smoke in the air between everybody. Real bodies have been dropped on both sides of the aisle. If you think that there aren't people out there that were wanting and willing to get back on YoungBoy, you are tripping, right? Mimo 600 did an interview just the other day on Cam Capone News where he kind of spoke on this a little bit. Mimo 600 is obviously affiliated with OTF. Well, I mean, kind of these days, he's mostly referred to as an ex-OTF affiliate, right? Him and Durk had some falling out, but he spoke on this the other day on Cam Capone News, and here's what he had to say about it.
NBA YoungBoy talking about he gonna come to Chicago and he gonna bring out Lil Tim. You think any truth to that?
I believe him. He got a big fan base, gang. So, and I'm 100% sure that show gonna be sold out. He got a big fan base.
Be any drama there?
I mean, it might. I say like 10%. Yeah, it might.
Is there gonna be a lot of your guys' fans in the audience?
That don't matter. Our fans mutual. Some of our fans mutual. We got fans that like us and we got fans that like them too.
You don't think they gonna ride for you guys being Chicago?
I mean, it's some that diehard fan.
Who is a fan of Mimo 600? Or am I missing out on something? Who is a fan of this dude?
Cause that'll crash out for this shit. Yeah, I feel like it is though. My honest opinion, it's gonna be some shit, but. Okay. No, for sure. That's my honest opinion. It's gonna be some shit, but we gonna let it play out.
All right, so that's the words of somebody that's in Chicago, that's from the streets of Chicago, that probably knows how certain people feel behind the scenes, right? And he says he thinks it's gonna be something if YoungBoy went to Chicago. Now, I've seen people saying, nah, ain't no way, YoungBoy is gonna be heavily protected. They keep referring to this video right here that was posted where people were claiming,
yeah, that man got snipers on the roof. You ain't touching, cuz.
I mean, that YoungBoy had hidden snipers at his shows, kind of scanning the audience, trying to make sure nothing happened. But here's what I got to say about it to everybody that says, wasn't nothing gonna happen to YoungBoy if he went. And the first thing is, of course,
I mean, like, ain't nothing gonna happen to him. I understand that, but like, you gotta think about it though. Some might happen to somebody in the crowd. Like, man, this nigga get on here and say F Durk, man. Son, GDs go say it too. And guess what? Guess what the BDs finna do? They finna get the punching on the GDs. Like, they got GDs, BDs, SDs, ODs, Blood, Crips, all in one building. All in one building. They finna catch you now, catch you outside. We all gotta go to our car.
United canceled this show. There's huge liability behind doing something like this. They know damn well the YoungBoy has enemies in Chicago. That's why they issued that bag policy a couple of days ago. They know that the threat can be real. Right now, do I think something was gonna happen to YoungBoy while he was performing on stage, while he was at the show? Nah, probably not, because it was gonna be heavily secured. There probably was gonna be police. He might have even had snipers scanning the crowd. But for everybody that says they don't think that something could have happened, I just want to take y'all back to March 9th, 1997 in Los Angeles, right? Biggie had went to LA after leaving a Vibe magazine party, and he was in LA promoting his Life After Death album. Just 6 months before Biggie was in LA.
Bro, why you throwing Biggie in here, bro? You know how much technology we got these days? Bro, nobody give a fuck about Biggie.
Tupac had been killed in Las Vegas. At the time, the East Coast West Coast beef was at its height, and Biggie traveling to LA was considered risky, right? He was going into enemy territory, just like YoungBoy would have been doing. And just like people were saying it wasn't safe for Biggie in LA, people were saying that YoungBoy probably wasn't safe in Chicago. Now, YoungBoy's tour has been canceled, so he won't be in Chicago, but Biggie's appearances weren't. He did go to LA, and not while he was performing or while he was at one of his appearances. He was shot and killed in a drive-by while sitting in an SUV outside of a party. And I think that's something very...
Oh, niggas, you think this man finna be driving in a non-bulletproof car? Man, I don't give a... Man, I don't care how much motion you got in this world. I don't care how famous you is. I don't care how street you is, bro. For you to not have security or not to have a bulletproof car and you got money or you got money to afford it and you know niggas are after you, bro. I don't care how street you is, bro. Man, you is dumb as a rock, son. Like, for you to not have security, bro, you walking around with you got $1 million in your car right now. Oh, I feel safe. You hear me? I grew up with all these people around here. They ain't gonna do nothing. Alright, come right here. All that money, son, nigga, go show you, boy. I don't give a fuck if I grew up with you or not, nigga. You ain't give me nothing. You hear me? You ain't give me 10,000. You flexing with $1 million in my face. I'm finna come take that.
Similar to that could have very well happened to YoungBoy, especially when you consider the fact that back in the 1990s, drill rap wasn't really a thing. There was gangster rap music coming out, but the whole drill wave wasn't a thing. I would be one to argue that it's probably even more dangerous these days than it was back then to go do something like this. Just because everybody's got switches, it seems like everybody is ready to crash out to get some clout off of the drill wave. You know, it's crazy stuff. So I don't want to say that nothing was gonna happen to YoungBoy because
I wouldn't, like, bro, you gotta think about it. Nothing gonna happen to him, bro. Trust me, nothing was happening top. But like, bro, I wouldn't say like nothing would happen the whole concert, because something is going to happen. Like, something go happen. Might not be towards YoungBoy, it might be towards security, it might be towards somebody in the crowd, it might be towards civilian, it might be towards another gang member. Somebody go die. Somebody go die that day. Trust me. Somebody was go die. Man, all you got, man, he ain't even gotta go towards him. They just could be waiting on that one moment for him to disrespect one person. Like, I Hate YoungBoy was planning to get played every day. Every tour day, I Hate YoungBoy was planning to get played. So for him to get on there and play that, no matter if he leave the stage every time he played. Because he knows somebody might try something. You don't even want to, yeah. So for him to play that mug, if he played I Hate YoungBoy and leave the stage, man, they finna be even mad because they can't even do nothing to him. They finna get the punching on the person next to him. Or they might know it's somebody they into it with. You already know, man, this nigga, he singing this. Oh, yeah, you singing this, you GD? Punching on him.
It was highly likely that something was going to happen. That's why the United Center decided to cancel the show. Like, we're not going to go through with it because they know that the risk is serious. If something was to go down at the show, 100% they could be held liable because they know that there is a problem between YoungBoy and people in Chicago. People were sending threats to YoungBoy from Chicago when they found out that he was coming. Allowing something like that to happen in a venue that you own, say somebody does show up and sneak in a fire and let it go in the middle of YoungBoy performing and some people get hit. Now what? Who's to blame? YoungBoy, the people who did it, or the venue that allowed it to happen? Right? If you ask me, all three, because everybody knew that the risk was here. Right? On top of that, I think that this show was a bad idea because you got to think about the energy that would be in Chicago in the neighborhoods where the people who don't like YoungBoy are. Right? Their energy is going to be through the roof. And if you live in one of them neighborhoods and you went to the show and you enjoyed yourself, you were posting it on social media, you know, there's a chance that something could have happened to you. So there wasn't just an aspect of imminent danger when it came to YoungBoy. There was also that aspect when it just came to the general public. Because for sure, I'm 100% positive somebody was going to lose their life in Chicago that night, whether they were affiliated with YoungBoy or not, if you guys get what I'm trying to say. But that's my my take on it. That's what I think about it. At this point, y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below. Do you agree or disagree with what I said in this video? Let me know. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, tap the notification.
I feel like he right, but like the biggest situation, bro, that ain't got nothing to do. Like, we got so much technology today, bro. Like, back then, the nigga get away with murdering Biggie. You ain't getting away with that shit no more, boy. Nigga, we driving in bulletproof cars. You think this man ain't driving in no bulletproof car? Man, you banging out that dude. He not even gonna be in there. He flying in a helicopter. You just banged out in his security. Now security finna hop out and let that switch go. And they not security, nigga, the National Guard. He ain't just driving around regular security now. Now probably like 2018 he was doing that, but Cuz got motion now. Cuz not driving around with no regular security, bro. Trust me. But I'm finna end the stream though, y'all boys. What y'all think, bro? Crazy, man. I mean, I feel like he was safe, but I don't feel like people around him was safe though.